roommate who invited me to all kinds of parties. I was introduced to these cute cowboys. I was raised in a total bubble. So going to another town, free, and 17, it was fantastic. And I was 17, but my girlfriend, my roommate, managed to get an ID made for me that said I was 18, which is how old you had to be to get into all the little college bars. They served 3.2 beer. Anybody familiar with that? That was the Colorado Rockies. I don't know if they still do. I see these little hands going up. Yeah, and our favorite place on Friday nights was a place called Suds and Sounds. And that was our hangout Friday nights. Oh, we couldn't wait for Friday. And there we'd be, all my girls. We'd get our tightest blue jeans on, belt buckles, and tuck in our shirts, have our cowgirl boots on, and our hair Farrah Fawcetted out. It was blonde. And there we were on the bar stools like hood ornaments, waiting for that. Let's boogie. Yeah. A lot of you are going back there with me, right? Right there. And sure enough, I got this little tap, and I swung my bar stool around, and there in front of me stood this very tall, very handsome, very, very dark man. And he said, "You want to dance?" And from somewhere inside of me, I do not know where, in a voice I did not recognize, I said, "No." And I saw the look on his face. And so I quickly added, "I messed up my foot today in volleyball, and I can't hardly walk on it." He grabs my girlfriend, and off they go. And I looked at the bartender, and I was like, "What happened?" And he just rolled his eyes, and I'm like, "What happened? What just happened?" Well, of course, I couldn't dance with anyone else. So I fake limped to the bathroom all night long, thinking, what is going on? My friends are having the time of their life with this out-of-state basketball team. And I'm like, wow, what's happening? And this was not like me. Monday morning, after class, sociology class, I had a conversation with my instructor. And I told him everything. And I said, you have to understand, I was raised near the reservations. Those Native people were my best friends. My mother and I made sure that the babies on those reservations got dental care. She was a hygienist. They were my best friends. I loved them. I learned from them. I was an advocate all through high school and junior high for women, for people of color, for children. What happened? Well, I had never been that close to a Black person in my life. Did I say I was raised in a bubble? I couldn't understand. And he said, I want your term paper to be about that. All right. And I did a lot of research, a lot of soul search. And the title of that paper, and it still haunts me today, was How Did a Thread of Racism Get Woven in to the tapestry of my consciousness without my awareness or my approval? Because it did. And I've had many years to think about that. And it's a collective thought now. Charles Fillmore would say, collective consciousness. And I did the research on that, and we all know how it does, how it gets woven in religiously, pretty much, the mark of Cain. And I had seen that kind of prejudice in my own home church, particularly with people of color, but also women. And so it gave me impetus to really search deeply within me and make a decision of what I believe and what I don't. And when I went into ministerial school, and I've had this discussion in all of my college classes with all of my classmates and teachers, especially in seminary at the ministry level, when we were asked, you're probably going through this, to write a personal credo. 4 years to write that. I don't know if that's standard, but it took me. I'm still writing it because that was such a task for me. It was such an onus for me Because for me to be able to put my stamp of approval on what I actually believe, my manifesto, was very difficult. I know what I want to believe. I know what I'd like to think I believe. But unless I experience it, I can't at that level. And I can't teach what I don't believe. Right? So I had to come at it from the opposite direction. What don't I believe? It's a little easier to do that way. Because I know what I don't believe. I don't believe any one of us is better than another. I know that to my core. I was told by that beautiful young man that night. And I was certainly not better than that beautiful thing. And I will never turn down a dance from anybody anymore. I don't care. I don't care their sex, color, planet. I don't care. We're going to dance. I'm not making that mistake again. What do we believe? That's the thing I love about unity. It gives us the tools and the freedom and the opportunity to challenge our beliefs. That's why I tell you, don't believe me. Try this on. Come back to me and let's have a discussion. Because you can tell someone, for example, what a hot fudge sundae is, right? You can tell them, oh, it's so fantastic. It's this cool, creamy vanilla ice cream with this sauce on it that's sweet and sticky and warm. And oh my gosh. But until they taste it, you cannot tell someone an experience of belief. Women, you can't tell somebody what childbirth is like. You just can't. You can't prepare them fully, and you don't want to. They will not have that child. And then we forget it and have more. I don't know what that's about. You can't until you experience it. That's why these practical tools, thank you for finding that, are so powerful. And Charles Fillmore himself used to say, don't believe me, challenge me. He left his mind wide open all the time. For if you bring me different evidence tomorrow, I will change my mind. Wow. A spiritual path that actually gives us freedom to think on our own? How fantastic. How scary. Sometimes it's easy to just fall in line or to not question. I was blessed very early on with a gift that made me question now, I wasn't crazy about what I was taught, but I wasn't really focused on that. I was looking at the suppression I was experiencing as a teenager and the list of do's and don'ts, but it went deeper than that. So challenging things has always been a power for me, a superpower. So I challenge you to begin to think about what you believe, what you don't believe, what you want to believe. Because I really wanted to believe when I came to Unity that God was in and through everything, that I couldn't run from or be separated from that force of all life. Call it what you want, great spirit, creative force, big bang. Yeah, great big bang. Whatever your name for that is, that should be your first quest. Because when you get those lessons, Eric Butterworth teaches this so powerfully. And if you have not read Discover the Power Within, I don't care how long you've been in Unity, if it's been more than 5 years, read it again. Discover the Power Within, because he reminds us of how powerful the God with you is and how to put those thoughts to practice. God can do no more for you than God can do through you. I had blocks where God could not get through me and didn't even know it. Didn't even know. What else is in there? Come on, God, show me some more. Be careful. But it's a beautiful exploration. We're getting ready. Thank you for announcing. We're getting ready for a class coming up, starting the Friday after the 4th, the 12th, about this very thing, unity as a lifeline for a lifetime. These principles can get you through not only everything that life throws at you, but it will take you to levels you never dreamed possible. that could happen for you. So we can write our credos together. Oh, that would be fun. It's time to dust mine off and take a new look at it. We should do that every few years, don't you think? Have any of you written a credo for your personal life? It really gets clear on who you are, how far you've come, and what's next. We're going to have some fun with that. And also for your homework, because don't believe me, do it, and then we'll have a conversation. Think about that thing that you've always wanted to do that terrifies you just a little. I don't care what it is. It doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if it's a roller coaster or a trip to Europe, just get out of your own way. Just give yourself permission to push yourself, because once you do, all of heaven is moved and providence gushes in to support you, because you can't outdream God. You've got to be willing to get out of your comfort zone and out of your own box. Do something hard. Face something difficult. And I love this poem that I found. This is a great book. Shalane Harkin, Susceptible to Light. She studied Hafiz, and her poetry reflects a true love affair with God. She is fantastic. This is called A Taste. Take this in with you this week as you explore your credos. How dare you break the social code? All of our addictions are held in this box. How dare you move outside the bounds? The grace of your movement might invoke my own inner goddess to dance fissures in my facade. How dare you speak power to my fastidiously constructed fragility? Ouch. How dare you let your beauty flow into mine, reminding me how far I've been from joy? How dare you push up through the pavement, flowers exposing all of its cracks? How dare you let go of pretense enough to feel the rush of soul, that geyser of sweet sorrow and light? How dare you allow me to feel how thirsty I've been for a taste? How dare you? And thank you, God. Namaste. Have a courageous week.
Reverend Lauri, you're just the best. I could hear you every week. I could listen to you every week. I particularly like the part when you said about women giving birth. And when I saw my son being born, I was thinking it was the most amazing event in my life. But I'm saying, I'm so glad I'm not the one who has to give birth. My God. Because if it was left up to us guys, we'd have nobody left on the planet in about 100 years. Anyway, let's sing together. Oh, this is a great Daniel Nahmod song, Swing Wide the Doors. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors and let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for, and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand. Swing by the doors, the time is right. Swing by the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing by the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I've heard for years. I learned to shout it inside. Well, now it's coming in loud and clear. I want a deeper life. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide.